Hi, everybody. I am Melanie Dawn, and this is Dawn of Wisdom. It is Monday, and this is episode number 24. Starting today, Dawn of Wisdom will be Mondays and Fridays. I have loved doing daily episodes. I am now at a place where I can share more content, and I like that. Today, I'm going to start a series called the ABCs of Self-Care. Now, let me stress, I am not a doctor or a therapist. These are my thoughts on self-care, and my desire is that it helps others. I am going to start with the letter A, and it is acceptance. Acceptance of self. I'm going to share with you all about my journey on self-acceptance. When you practice self-acceptance, it's much easier to accept others. So, of course, that comes along with it, and that's what I have found on my journey. I spent most of my life allowing others to determine my own self-acceptance. I thought this was accepting, and yet I can't remember feeling accepted by anyone. My insecurities ran my life. It was all twisted. It was just all twisted. I acted like I accepted myself, but never really understood what that even meant. I've always been, people would say, hyper. I now say high energy. I've always been loud and silly, outspoken. I believe knowing this made me self-aware. I was almost right. After many years of practice, I am still high energy, loud, silly, and outspoken. But now, instead of looking outside of myself for acceptance, I've learned self-acceptance, and it's heaven on earth. That's the best way I can describe it. I've stopped pretending and started practicing. It was always a cover-up from my pain, my childhood pain. I don't want to ignore the fact that this saved me. My cover-up saved me from feelings of pain, sadness, etc. I needed my cover-up for safety, to protect me from what I saw as danger. Coming to self-acceptance is understanding that and always asking why. When I practice asking why, I gain self-acceptance. I take responsibility for my self-care. When I ask why, the answer always goes inward to my own pain. It's very exciting to me to practice acceptance. I learned to accept myself, my high energy, silly self. I no longer see it as something that needs to be accepted by others. I've learned to explore my own shadows, my own pain as a part of me, a part of self-acceptance. I have moments of feeling unaccepted by others, hurt, ignored, but now I always or mostly ask myself why. I accept that I have the power to change and accept that this is mine, my own self-acceptance. I've always desired to understand acceptance. The true meaning of acceptance is what I was always seeking. I would read, I did therapy, I tried religion, I did sex, drugs. I tried everything to learn self-acceptance. And then one day it hit me. Call it an awakening. I've had many awakenings, but this was my first. I was trying to learn how to be accepted instead of me accepting me. Wow, this was real. I could practice self-acceptance. I've learned how. I started reading books like by Don Miguel Ruiz, The Four Agreements, listening to self-help books on tape. Yes, on tape. Like Wayne Dyer, The Power of Intention, Forgiveness, Loving the Inner Child by Louise Day, as just a few. I became obsessed with self-acceptance. I started meditating, which was very difficult at first, but I learned if I just took a moment to sit still, listen to music, it felt good. I would feel myself relax from my head to my toes. It took practice. It still takes practice for me. I bought tarot cards, crystals, everything to learn self-acceptance. I felt that I was not alone. For the first time on this journey, I met people who understood me, people that did not judge me. I didn't feel judged. I felt beautiful. I felt I was learning acceptance. I practice self-acceptance. I practice daily, and I cannot stress enough to everyone that it is a practice. Something always will come up, and you have to go back inward, and you have to practice your acceptance of yourself. I can now ask myself why. When I feel sadness, anger, jealousy, I go deep within myself and ask why. These emotions are necessary. They open the door, and you can enter and discover your own self-acceptance. Become aware of where it all came from, where it all started. I do feel that someone you love can tell you something from what they feel is love. It is up to you to figure out if it's your why or theirs. Once you ask yourself why, it will come to you. You can accept or reject. This is self-acceptance to me. It is up to you to ask why something hurts you. Take the responsibility away from the other person. That person is to figure out their own why. Don't take on someone else's anger. So acceptance of self is accepting your why, exploring your why. This practice will change your life. Stop blaming and start accepting. All right, you guys, that's my wisdom for the day. I hope that you enjoyed it. You can find me on Dawn of Wisdom, one word, on Instagram. I would love to hear your feelings on this. Go ahead and follow me. I have more to come. Next Monday will be the letter B. And I think I know what I want to talk about, but it's going to be a surprise. So go out in nature, go on a long walk, breathe, and just accept yourself.